All right, hello everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome to Vestaangelstarot Incorporated. This is going to be your Vesta scope for December the 21st, 2020. Actually, when you add up today's date, it comes up to a 10. So a 10 is going to be the outcome. Now, this is going to be a part 1 and a part 2. So today and tomorrow, we're going to be going over this Saturn and Jupiter conjunction. Now, some of you know that I do live down here in Atlanta, Georgia. So I went outside to see if, because they said that both of the planets will be very close. You can distinguish them in the sky. But I live like less than 30 minutes away from Hartsfield Jackson Airport down here in Atlanta. Hey, Stagner, how are you? And I got so many planes. Okay. Now, I stay in a good area where the planes are not very low, that they don't really fly right over my house and make a lot of noise like that. But, like I say, I'm less than 30 minutes away from my world-known airport, Hartsfield Jackson International. And all I see is red and green blinking lights, okay, flying through the air. And I see one very prominent star. So that may be the star of Bethlehem, or whatever they're calling it on the internet, of that specific star that we have not seen in 800 years. Okay. They say it was supposed to be the star of Nazareth, of when Jesus was born. That was the last time that star was seen. Now, if that's what they recorded, that's what they recorded, right? I'm not here to judge or debate about that. But I wouldn't be surprised, though. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised. Now, the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction usually happens every 60 years. So I'm going on 50 soon, in about 3 more years. After my birthday next month, I'll be 47. So even still, before I was born, that was the last conjunction. But I also read something that this particular conjunction, or however it's going on, the these at almost near close 0 degrees of its being between each other, that hasn't happened in like 200 or 400 years. Okay, so I'll look again for that information and have it for tomorrow. Because when I did find it and see it, I didn't write it down. And my memory is good when I'm channeling. But when it comes to other stuff, sometimes I do write it down, or I'll print it off. All right. But if I need the message, it'll come to me. No problem. Okay. All right. So welcome to all of my regular subscribers, or some of y'all that are here right now. Now, I'm going to share this with you. What I have been seeing, and it may just be my eyesight, I've been seeing a lot of falling stars, or stars that has been seem like they are shooting stars or dissipating stars. Like, I just came in from outside, and it is 6:30 at night down here in Atlanta, so Eastern Standard Time. So that's like the third type of shooting star that I've seen today. I also seen some in the daytime. So I don't know if that's a personal message for me, or am I actually really seeing that? Okay. Now, that also may be something that's going on due to this atmosphere or the universe changing its dynamics, because that's really what it's doing. And we're really going to feel a lot of all of these changes. Remember, we just had an eclipse, the winter solstice from yesterday, a full moon in about a week or so, December the 30th. We got these two conjunctions of the strongest planets in our solar system. And actually, we had a total of 6 eclipses this year. Okay, so remember, each eclipse usually lasts about 5 to 6 months off of each one of them. So even these 6 eclipses that we've had in 2020, that's 6 times 6 is what, 36? So 36 months can be what, a little over 12, 24. So that's what, 3 years? Okay. Oh, look at me doing math. And I hated math in school. I like to count money, but all that unnecessary math they had us do in school, I was like, why do I need this? But anyway, and the reason I say that sounds right is because Jupiter will be in Capricorn for a whole year. But Saturn will be in Aquarius, I believe, for a total of 3 years. Plus, going into the new era, the new shift, the new conjunction or dynamic of the age of Aquarius. So all of that is going to be a 3-year transition. Okay. So Saturn, the truth. Okay. So for the next 3 years, this is what's going to be revealing, or this is what we talked about yesterday, your perception, your perspective, the way that you are looking at things, the standing in your power, revealing your true self. So for me, when I'm being channeled, what's going to be happening for you or all of us as a collective? Because remember, this is not a personal reading. These are messages given out to everybody, for everybody to listen, to meditate, to make choices on what I'm saying. And either it suits you and works for you or it don't. You still have your own personal guides that will give you some extra messages that you need for yourself. Okay. But the truth is what you're going to be standing as revealing your true self, true truth for the next 3 years. Okay. So again, this is why they, all of this energy that we have been having, these 6 eclipses, all of this is for a reason, because the next 3 years, you're going to have to be and to live this truth because of the abundance and the change that will be coming to you. And I know y'all get tired of hearing, oh, abundance. Hey, Tamika, how are you? I know y'all get tired of hearing abundance, abundance, abundance. Not that you don't want it or tired of hearing it, but it's like, okay, so what really type of abundance am I going to get? Right? So let's find out. Now, if you can look and see some of these same colors or watermarks that this illustrator artist decided to use, it really blends together, and the certain degrees that these two planets both being at so close together. And remember that Saturn is a large planet. It's a very, very, very large planet. Also Jupiter. Okay. The rings that consist around Saturn here. And so for these two planets to come within almost 0 degrees of each other, we as humans here on Earth should be happy for the abundance that these two planets do not collide. You understand? For me, I feel that maybe at some point they could have had collided way before any of us as humans was even born, made, considered, thought about. Because they say, how old is this Earth? How old is our solar system? So believe me, this is not the first time that these two planets have came so much within almost 0 degrees, or less than an inch, or almost an inch apart, or however you want to say it. So close, but very large in nature that they don't that they pass by each other and don't explode or don't run into each other because of the size of this. Okay. So use your imagination. Also use your third eye of awareness, which is your third eye of sight, spiritual sight. Your third eye is what you look through, okay, as a lens for your soul. These regular 2 eyes that you have, that's for Earth. Okay? That's for Earth. But you must see now the truth of who you are, what you are, the the dynamics that you are as a person, as a human being, that really you're very minute when it comes to this solar system, the billion trillions of stars, the Milky Way, all of these different things that this universe consists of. Us as humans, we're really nothing if you just really sit and think about it. So that also reminds you of how precious your soul is, how precious you are, to value your life, to make better decisions about breaking away from people and things that affects your health, that affects your abundance, that affects the truth that you want to live and to walk. Because life is very short. Life is very short. And when you look at things like that through your soulful eye, as the third eye of awareness, you will start walking and living the truth. Okay? Removing yourself from third party situations, going after and being determined to have something that is for you. Again, a sense of abundance. Abundance can be health, better health, the longevity of your health, changing your dietary plan, your fitness, doing everything in a way to prolong your longevity of your life. Because, again, you're very minute when it comes to this solar system, these planets. Okay? So every day, be very thankful that you are here, and be very anxious to remove things from your life that does not give you truth. Okay? Because you can lie to yourself. You don't need to be around anybody that continues to lie to you and avoid the truth. There you go, air element communication, age of Aquarius. So again, like I tell y'all, we are moving out of the Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Earth energy that we have been in. Was it the past 200 years? I believe that, yeah. And removing now for the next 200 years. And this is why they have me channeling this. None of us will be here. Okay? None of us will be here when the universe changes from air element into the next one, whether it's going into fire or whether it's going into water. Because we just experienced the earth coming out of the earth, now age of Aquarius. In January, we're going to be in the Libra, Aquarius, and the Gemini element, communication, air. Okay? Where that everything will be consistent of air. I didn't know I was going to have to take this long saying all this, y'all. Hold on. So everything will be changing for a new era. Okay? And I've used this example on my channel before. Remember how we had the Western time where that the horses was the main way of transportation? It was either a horse, a wagon made of wood, okay, or you walked. So we went from that. They developed a car. You just went to every different dynamics in our lifespan, okay? And what we're going into now is the air element, which is internet, communication, talking over the internet, meeting people over the internet, doing business deals over the internet. Everything will consist of the air, which then will be wires, it will be signals, it will be radar, it will be the satellites that's up in the solar system, okay, or the universe, way above these planets, right? So we depend on those satellites in the air for our communication. Now, the previous way of what we're leaving now, that we all have been trained and brought up as the earth element, was the grounding. What did we have? we had the telephone that was what? A landline. So do you see where I'm going with this? How many people still have a landline? Most likely businesses, right? A lot of these homes or your home, I'm not saying everybody has gotten rid of it, but mostly only businesses or corporate entities, places like that, the government, all of some type of business element have a landline. Everybody at home talks over the internet, talks over their laptop, their iPad, talks over their cellular phone. So you get where I'm going. This is the new era for the next 200 years. We're leaving the earth element. And I didn't even know I was going to have that example, because I didn't have that example last time I spoke with you all. Okay? Which was the grounding, the landline. Now, I'm not saying that they're still not going to have lines, fiber optic, inside of the ground to give us some parts of the communication, but they're going to keep putting up more satellites, more satellites, more satellites. The more people that we have, the more children that we birth, and their children that they birth, all of that is going to have to be air. Because why? We're running out of the ground. We're running out of the ground element. And that's about to be obsolete. Now, also, the way that we was trained as adults or young kids, which was to ground a relationship. I feel for a lot of us in the future, it will maybe not be about marriage. That was taught to us by the Bible or whatever religious denomination you believe in. But the grounding was all about family. It was all about get you a big home, get you some type of heavy car. Okay, because we started from a small, big cars. Then we went into large trucks. Then what? They tried to downsize all of those heavy machinery into the little small Beetles, okay, the little small Volkswagens. You get what I'm saying? So we went from a heavy type of car, the classic Chevrolet, you know, and then we went into large trucks and vans. And then over time, we started trying to downsize or compartmentalize, to make smaller cars for the earth. So again, coming out of all that heavy energy and moving into something lighter. Okay. And that's going to bring abundance here for everybody. And that's the truth as a collective that all of us needs to see, to walk by, to abide by, to know, and to speak, communicate. Okay. Now, Saturn is all about life lessons. So it's going to be a very hard journey for everybody as a collective, at least for the first 3 years here. Okay. If you want this abundance coming to you, you're going to have to be the truth. Oh, I didn't mean to flip that over. And there it go. Transformation Pluto. Okay. That's it. We're all going to have to transform. You think I'm rambling, but that just confirms what I'm telling you. We're all transforming. Our earth is transforming. The way we speak, communicate, use air element type of machinery, gadgets, computers, cell phones, okay, drones. You got people flying drones as communication to take pictures. Now, the old school way will still be what? Sending out a person to take pictures of this, to take pictures of that, right? So the new element of a sense of transformation for all of us as a collective is that you and the world, the universe is changing, transforming. That is the truth that you must know, speak, communicate. the way you're going to act and live and survive. And this is going to be a better way of you also utilizing and getting more abundance back to you. Okay. All right. So bottom of the deck is, see, Saturn returns, the age of Aquarius. This what reminds me of this. Now, some of you also may be in your sadi. If you're under the age of 40, a lot of you are going through your sadi, where you are learning the truth right now. Saturn is giving you a lot of hard lessons. It can be a lot of financial challenges that you're going through right now. And it all could have started actually last year. Okay. So you got next year and then 6 more months to go through. And you just couldn't figure out why. Like, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. I'm doing good at my job, but they didn't want to promote me. Some of you end up getting fired, and you was like, I don't even know how I got fired, why I got fired. Saturn, part of your sadi. Your home life is changing. Your home life is unstable. Sadi or Saturn is a 7-year run. Okay. And so with Saturn, it'll do 2 years, 2.5 years, give you a break. And then it'll come back again. That's your sadi. The Saturn return, some of you, yeah, like I'm saying now, some of you are going through your Saturn return, or you need to look in your chart and see where Saturn is sitting right now. Because for some of you, Saturn wasn't there. You know how if you look at your chart at all of your houses, two to three of your houses are going to be empty. But for some of you, if you look at your chart now, Saturn or Jupiter is sitting there. That's how major this shift is, where that Saturn is returning back, or for some of you will be returning back. It can be when Saturn goes into Aquarius starting January. And this is what you're going to start to work through, to feel, to know, and to see. Some of you, your whole sense of communication needs to change or will be changing. And you don't have a choice. Some of you that did not really speak out your truth before, you're going to start now. And you're going to realize and see, the more you speak out your truth, how much more abundance unfolds for you. Because the more you walk in your true path, you're going to get rewarded for it. The same way you see you don't get rewarded when you stay in a hurtful or uncomfortable type of situation or relationship with somebody. You don't get nothing but hurt. But when you're taking care of yourself, seeing about yourself, doing well, living by yourself, coming home, relaxing, you're at a sense of peace of mind, you're happy, you go out with your friends and have a good time, have a drink, have dinner, have a small get together. You come home peaceful and you're happy. And you deal with your own sense of challenges. You go within and you find the answer. You find the truth. But when you are partnered with somebody, you have to experience their hurts, their problems, their challenges, things that they don't want to look at about or for their self. And that takes your peace of mind. That's the whole reading that we had yesterday. So compare that to what this is showing you today. A lot of you need to communicate that it's time to do you. And that's just the truth. And I'm transforming. We got Scorpio, Aquarius, also Capricorn, okay? The World card, Sagittarius. And you don't have to be these signs. These can be activating in your chart because of these strong, very planetary alignment. It's not even alignment. These suckers are moving. The largest planets that we have in the solar system are kind of like I was just finna say deboing. Okay, may his soul continue to journey on. Okay, you know, just like a big bully or bullies that you've seen in high school. That's Saturn and Jupiter coming through right now, about to clear house. So you're not gonna have any choice but to be the truth, to speak the truth and walk the truth now. All this stuff that you've been getting away with, hiding the truth, not speaking up for yourself, not really telling that person how you felt or how you feel when you did break up with the person. You probably didn't say anything or didn't really say all you wanted to say. Ain't no more of that for the next 3 years. Saturn is going to make sure. Saturn is a hard teacher. And if you don't learn it these next 3 years, Saturn is going to bring it right back to you. Okay? Right back to you. Saturn return. Some of you didn't learn it the past 3 to 4 years ago. So this is why Saturn is returning back into your houses. And or your zodiac sign. Whoo! It hit the floor. These cards are hot tonight. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. You see how that sucker just popped out of there like that? Pluto. Look at there. Hit the floor. Right here. Transformation. Can be wise in reverse. So I can really put this card back because it's already on the table reversed. Pluto is also the underworld. This is telling you, this card here, transformation, is telling you this is a do or die moment. You must communicate and speak your truth for the next 3 years. You must walk in your truth. You must be the truth. And you're going to continue to get to the heart of the matter. Okay? Now, Pluto, transformation, 8th house, also can be resurrecting some people back into your life. Have you transformed? Are you going to speak the truth? Are you going to be the truth now? Because you got other paths and things that's coming towards you where you don't have time to resurrect anything. Okay? That's the truth. And this is what you must know as clarity, air element, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay? Which is to think with clarity, to communicate with clarity, using your throat chakra. Okay? About what you want and what you don't want. Do or die. Because this energy is really going to affect you. Okay? Because you're transforming. These examples that I gave out to you about leaving the landlines, how we used to be in the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. Okay? All of that is going to be obsolete. It already mostly is, unless you're a business. Because everybody got iPhones or some type of Android device. Or you can use your internet at home and still talk over the phone on your iPad. You don't need a landline. All of that was earth element. Okay? And we're going into something lighter. Where that the universe, the air, contains our communication. This air element also will be the way we communicate our feelings through words, not actions. Earth element. Okay? And this is something a lot of you may have to get used to, especially if you're old school. Because I tell people now, okay, and I'm not that very old. I'm only in my, yeah. So I don't like to sit and text for 15, 20 minutes. Okay? That's the air element in me. I'm / Aquarius / Capricorn. Right? Based on my birth, yeah. I'm half Aquarius and half Capricorn. So the groundedness of me being Capricorn, I understand all that. I'll text for a minute. Okay? But I'm kind of old school where I want to hear your voice. I want to hear the tone of your voice. I want to hear the words that you are speaking to me with feeling, okay, and emotion. Because even texting can come out the wrong way, and people will take it the wrong way by trying to read something, yes, as a way to either accept it or try and control that text. Because even though a text is a plain sentence with some type of punctuation at the end, how are you receiving it? Are you receiving it as a power struggle? Are you receiving that information as a text, as an obsession? Or do you feel like you need to get control over the text, okay, as trying to get to the heart of the matter of really what that person meant? Because somebody can cuss you out. Somebody can cuss you out in plain text and you won't even know it. But in air element of communication, you can hear the feelings, the tones, the emotions of that person's voice. That they can't fake. That's the truth. So everybody that you have been dealing with, okay, that and it's these children too. They don't know anything about landlines. They don't remember the manual typewriter that most of us had in high school in home ec, right? Put a like up there. Put a text down there. Type hashtag typewriter. Okay. Hashtag home ec. Most of these children will be like, what's a typewriter? You know, that was the earth. And now we're moving it into the air where the typewriter is on a cell phone. I'm just saying. I'm just giving out the examples. We're going to have what? Face recognition to pay for your food when you go into a restaurant to pick it up. You got DoorDash or food type of deliveries where you don't manually have to drive and go anywhere anymore. You got robots or type of machinery as robots now that will deliver your home packages. Everything is air. You got your mail flying through the air. You got your packages that you ordered online, the air, that will be coming to you. All you have to do is communicate it through the air and it's yours. No more of the old school. Some of us, it will still be there. But I'm telling you, as time keep going on and on and on, you can see it now through this pandemic. This is the truth. A lot of these mom and pop stores, a lot of these entrepreneur small restaurants are closed for sit-in. But you can communicate through air and still order. For the next 200 years, that's what they're going to keep making more of it. It's not going to hardly be or will not be any more sit-down restaurants. Okay. All right, let's move forward. 8th house, there go your Scorpio energy, like I said, and 12th house, right? Scorpio energy is the transformation Pluto. I already just told you that. Okay. Using other people's resources. That's going to help you with your abundance. A major change. The mysteries of life. What I'm discussing with you right now. I'm discussing the mysteries of life, of all of the different transformations that we went through, are going through now. Okay, where that literally the whole world has shut down at some point of time. That's a huge mystery. That's a huge major change. And it took a lot of our personal power from us. That's the truth. Saturn. Life lesson. Now, don't sit there and think that you're not going to, like, you're the only person that's going to get a life lesson. The whole world just got a life lesson as a planet. That's the truth. Okay, so the next phase we're moving in is we went through the harsh truth of it. Okay, And now we're going to go into the healing stage, which is Jupiter, which is to receive. We put the work in, we've learned the lesson, and now because of that, we will receive the reward. The reward can be the vaccination to help to cut down on the epidemic and the virus or flu or whatever it is, okay? Whatever you want to call it. That is the return back from the universe to help us to heal as a collective, okay? Because we all just went through transformation. Remember, 8th house is death. Also 12th house, where a lot of us did transform, but a lot of us are still here too, to live out and to speak the truth about what happened and explain it to our children, to speak the truth, to communicate the truth, also to write down the truth for the people in the future as a form of communication. Now, it's another overwhelming event over here that's got to happen or is taking place in your life and or as a collective. Self-sabotage. Okay? So that can be your major change. Are you going to self-sabotage this, or are you going to now speak and live out your truth and move forward? You got things changing for you, Jupiter. The Wheel of Fortune. That's changed too. So either the wheel is going to spin up for you for abundance, or it's still in a down position as transformation. Okay? Your next card is procrastination. They got me rhyming today. Okay? Procrastination, the number 8, 8th house, major change. Whatever you've been procrastinating about, whether it's decision, a person, a job, a family member, a home dynamic, have you been procrastinating about finally needing to move? Okay? Because it's time for you to have that growth and expansion, or are you going to self-sabotage that and keep yourself in the same type of hidden tendency? The hidden tendency is to self-sabotage. Some of you also could be in a hidden relationship where you're self-sabotaging yourself. You're rebuking your own abundance. You have, or you were procrastinating on making a decision or communicating with this person here to tell them, look, the truth is I don't want to self-sabotage myself anymore. It's time for me to move on for change. Jupiter, the Wheel of Fortune. You also are blocking my future for marriage. Divine masculine energy for husband. That's the truth. That's also a lesson that you learned of dealing with that person in your life. But now, since you know the truth and want to live and walk your true self, you will get now rewarded, and you're not going to procrastinate for that anymore, or not procrastinate for anybody else anymore. That's self-sabotage. Some of you didn't learn that. That's why you got Saturn return coming right back to you. And there go Venus, love. Venus and Jupiter is what? Right before I just said it. I just said it. What is that combination? Husband and wife. I said the person you've been dealing with, procrastinating about, not making a choice, or keep allowing that same thing to happen to you over and over again. That's why Saturn coming back around into your chart to teach you the lesson again. Because for some of you, you're still in it. You're still in it. So for some of you, you won't get this. You won't get it right now, and you won't get it for your next 3 years, because you got to finish this Saturn return. Okay? But for some of you that have learned the lesson, this is your abundance coming in, which is a marriage here, or a partnership. Libra, Venus, and Taurus here, the Empress. Okay? You're being set up for a partnership And a husband or a person that will lead into that type of position is coming into your life as the truth. Saturn is also rewarding you, okay? Because you communicated and spoke up your truth and said, look, source, I see what you're teaching me now, and I'm through with the procrastination. There go Pluto energy right there, doing the work. And day before yesterday's reading, it confirmed that, okay? The title, well, I didn't put a title on it, but it said December the 19th through the 20th. So I only did yesterday's reading and then the one before that. I believe it has the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool card as the thumbnail. Discover your life purpose. Yes, that's what you're doing now. That's the truth that you need to walk, that I keep talking about. Okay? And this conjunction is showing you those options now through your intuition, through your dreams, through your hopes, that I can't procrastinate anymore because I want to fulfill some of that for myself now. It's time for me to be and live my truth and walk and reveal my true self, my life purpose. You don't have time, Jupiter, to procrastinate on it anymore. And you also cannot self-sabotage it. Last card for this row. There you go. So you know, Vesta, I be pulling it for you, because I'm telling you the message already before they give me the card. That's because I'm not a fake. Okay? And love. Yep. Venus. Venus, love. You see the masculine energy staring at her, and it also can be vice versa, or whatever whatever type of energy that you like, same sex, whatever. Okay? Love, love, Venus. Also telling you to love yourself now. Okay? Or even better. It's time to quit the procrastination. Now, like I told y'all also that fifth house, or 2021, is 2 plus 2 plus 1 is number 5. That's fifth house of Leo. What's up under Venus and Saturn? Which is to avoid this, in fifth house of creativity. Leo energy. Next year, you will begin to date, because you have to avoid this course that you're in now, which is the course of you self-sabotaging yourself out of your own abundance and marriage and new soulmate. Okay? The next year is about the fifth house of dating. So I'm telling you now, get ready, because a lot of you have been single for a very long time. And you're going to be wondering, like, why is this happening? How is this happening? It's just coming out the woodworks. And I dare y'all to come back and leave a message and say, Vesta, you're right. All of a sudden, I just met somebody. I ain't been dating nobody or thinking about a relationship in 7, 8, 10 years. Because I know I've been single for 6 by choice. Okay? Because I learned my Saturn. Okay? I am Saturn. I am Jupiter. I live that every day, those 2 planets. That's what make up my spirit and my soul. These 2 planets right here as a daily energy. Some of y'all just have that in your chart. Oh, shout out to Goddess Dragon Tarot in the house. Oh, she is such a goddess. Please go and take a look at her channel. She is an inspiration to me. I am so glad that she's chimed in. Please go and follow her. She always have the messages for you. Okay? Thank you so much. Hey, Ghost Warrior, how are you tonight? All right, so let's move on here. Let's go ahead and get your messages here. Okay? So again, it is time to walk that truth, to be the truth. Yesterday we had the reflection to come out. So between now and the spring equinox, a lot of you will be reflecting on this. Okay. 2021 is going to be about dating. Fifth house of Leo. You're going to be out and about because, yes, now we have the vaccination. It's not about whether you want to take it or not. You discuss that with yourself, your doctor, and your spiritual guide. Okay. Your spirit is going to tell you what you need to do. Okay. Your first instinct, your tuition is going to tell you what to do. Don't discuss it with no family member. You make that choice for yourself. The truth, Saturn. Okay. Again, walk your truth, be your truth. It's time to be your life purpose. Some of you will discover that you're musically inclined or you're going to get back into music. Some of you also are going to discover the truth that you procrastinated too long on this person or situation. The number 8, Xfinity. It can also be a soul contract, but they're not the only one, okay? They're not the only one. So your purpose is to transform yourself out of that. And on that path, you learn that lesson. And then at the end of that path or during that transition, you discover abundance. I see it all the time. You see it all the time. You know how sometimes you may have a job that don't suit you very well. And then you're very procrastinated about leaving it, and then finally when you make that truth or reveal that truth to yourself, like, I'm tired of this, I can't keep sabotaging my emotions, the way they make me feel, it just make me feel sick being up there, and you finally leave, and then somehow abundance comes towards you for a new opportunity, for a new job, and you feel more relaxed. You got better coworkers. You're able to communicate. You feel at home. You're able to produce and do your job better. It's all about energy. The same thing about any other type of situation that's going on in your life right now. This is also telling you to love yourself. Okay? Love yourself even more, where that you don't procrastinate on anything. You are your first choice. Me, myself, and I. Okay. Go back to the Beyonce song, Me, Myself, and I. That's how you remember first house. Activation, what I tell you. You're being activated right now. That's the truth. That's the truth. Again, like I told you, moving into the air element. You see the wind there? The air element is the way you're going to communicate is your truth now. You're going to speak up. You're going to speak up. And it's going to feel so much better. Some of you also may need to drink peppermint tea. Okay? Peppermint tea also. Look at there. The wake-up call dropped out. Now, usually I get this card for Tauruses, and Leo kept getting that a lot last year. But Tauruses, remember, you got Rahu in your zodiac sign right now, and Rahu likes to be in a grounding house, which is earth. So a lot of you, this new love, soulmate, coming out of that procrastination type of energy, Knight of Pentacles, where that you're not slow about anything because your 7th house is Scorpio. So another secret for y'all, whatever your 7th house is, that is truly who you are as a first house. Okay? So it's not the really thing how people say, you know, Tauruses are very slow. They're just, what's the word? You could say picky, but they're very determined to pick the right choice to avoid wake-up calls. Okay? Because you see the water here, earth signs like to avoid emotions. They want to skip the tsunamis. Okay? They want something. Hey, Linda, how you doing? Some of you, again, Venus is already here. Thank you, angels. Okay? Venus, Libra, the Empress, a wake-up call. You're getting a wake-up call when it comes to love, because you're going to be activated next year. Okay? Illumination at the top of the deck. Some of you are being illuminated right now. So for me, Vedic, I feel that we are in Sagittarius season from December the 15th through January the 15th. Then we will be into Capricorn. Okay. Now, if you follow Western, then you feel like we're already in Sag or been in Sag for over a week or so now. But I'm not here to change you. You believe whatever you want to believe. Just listen to the messages. Okay. It's not my job to change your religious denomination. Okay. I'm universal. Okay. So you will be activated by this wake up call. And again, like I showed you here, 8th house, that major change coming through, getting back your personal power. That's the only way you're going to do it, is through this tsunami coming in. Okay. This tsunami as a wake up call is also you seeing the mysteries of life right now. Like we discussed at the beginning of the channel, you're just a very minute person when it comes to source, when it comes to this world, when it comes to this universe that's filled with billions of stars and solar systems, galaxy. You're just a itty bitty ant. Okay. And when you look at that and realize that it's such a mystery, 8th house, transformation. A lot of you also are thinking or looking up religious things. You want to know about life. You want to know how life begins, how the earth began, how the solar system began. A lot of you also, I hear, watching the History Channel. Okay. Also can be pulling up information about this conjunction. This conjunction energy is so strong that it's transforming you also spiritually and you don't know it. Okay. The promise. We got December the 30th coming up for the last full moon of 2020. So it's not about a promise of what another human being made you. This is the promise of your abundance coming in that's due to you. Now, some of you see this couple here, it will be about love. Remember, when Venus goes into your zodiac sign, she likes to leave a partnership. That's her job. That's Aphrodite. Okay? So don't be surprised when this happens. You're being activated now. The promise is falling over Saturn. So like I told you, if you have Saturn returning back to your chart, it's because you didn't learn that lesson. So you're going to really experience, unfortunately, another 3 years while Saturn is in Aquarius, Jupiter in Capricorn for a full year. Saturn, I hear, my angels are telling me, when Saturn leaves after 3 years, you're going to get the promise that Saturn will give to you. Okay? So that's between you and source or however, but you will receive that promise. And that's usually how Saturn do. Saturn wants you to learn that life lesson. Saturn get tired, okay, of keep repeating the same lessons to the same people. Okay? Yes. Yes. You see that volcano? It's about to be an overwhelming event. It can be somebody coming back to you from your past. Somebody wanting to resurrect. That's a tsunami all day, right? Are you going to activate yourself, communicate back with that person, or are you going to self-sabotage? Focus. Now, I'm going to show you quickly before I put the tarot down, all of these blending of the colors. The color purple is your crown chakra, downloads, information, okay? You see all of these similar purples here? The universe is saying it's time to focus on you, to focus on the truth, to focus on the things that you need to do to fix your finances, your money, what you value, what you own, what you want to possess as Jupiter abundance, your emotional security with all of this love and self-sabotage. And now is the time to stop procrastination, okay? Some of you, yes, are still going through your transformation. But that transformation is your rebirth. So you will come out reborn or a start anew. That's the promise. Okay. Now, lastly, before I put the tarot out, some of you also will have or get some type of overwhelming event around this new moon. And it can be I got 8th and 12th house over here. Some of you may have some family members that may ascend over. Some of you can have some health scares. Some of you can have some wake-up calls. Remember, I tell you that 12th house is about vices. Drinking too much, smoking too much, sexual parties, third-party situations, spending a lot of money, retail shopping or therapy, trying to heal yourself over a love relationship, because 12th house is losses. Smoking too much, overeating, not eating enough because you're stressed about love. You're stressed to yourself because you self-sabotaged yourself again. You allowed this person to come back as a resurrection. 12th house also is the universe working behind the scenes, stuff that you don't see. Some of you also will have this friend to become an enemy. That's the truth. That's a wake-up call for you. Some of you have been procrastinating around this person anyway. You already feel through your intuition that this person don't like you, but you let them hee ha ha in your face, okay? And continue to self-sabotage yourself, telling your information, telling your love life to this person, talking to them on the phone, telling them about how much money you got, how much money you made. That's a wake-up call also. Some of you going to stop doing that. All of that is transforming. All of that has to happen for your new soulmate to come in. Remember, we got plenty. That's all we here for is lessons. Saturn, the truth. Top of the deck is your soul. Let's read it and then move on. Practice good soul care. The quality of your outer life is always dependent on the quality of care you give to your soul, which is, again, being the truth, walking your truth, speaking your truth. Okay, so let's confirm it with our cards. Thank y'all so much for joining in tonight. Make sure you go and watch. Remember, I told all of my subscribers, if you ever needed to ask me for advice for somebody to watch for readings, if you can't watch me, Goddess Dragon Tarot, okay, go and watch her channel. All right, because I don't want you all around YouTube getting the wrong messages. Yes, because you're gonna come back even more confused. Queen of Swords, there you go. Air element. Okay, y'all know I say it and then they give me my cards. Queen of Swords, that's your truth. That's your truth, fellow angels. Okay, you're cutting something off because all you want is love. You don't want all that extra. You don't want it. You don't need it. You ain't gonna have it. Okay, the universe is also cutting it off. So I don't know what you're gonna do if you're the type of person where you're so used to self-sabotaging things. You're not gonna be like that. Okay, if it's not resonating with you right now, the wake-up call is coming. Believe me. And then you're gonna remember and think back to these words I'm telling you now. Okay, some of you are about to be activated to cut off a situation. That's the overwhelming event that's getting your power back. That's the major change. That's the tsunami. That is the wake-up call, because the universe has promised you something as a soul. But if you are not cooperating, how is the promise going to come through? Okay, the strength. Some of you, remember I said a little while ago about the 1 and 7th, when you actually act like your 7th house versus then your own 1st house. This is Aquarius and Leo. Some of you, this relationship, this person is a Leo, got Leo in their chart, or they're very active as a fire sign. Okay, but this is you too as the Empress. Remember, the Empress is all of the divine feminines in the tarot. because you have learned each one of those lessons. Now, what you're about to learn now is the Queen of Swords of yourself. All right. Which is to speak the truth. You want to talk. You want clarity. And if it's not suiting you as the truth, you're already activated to cut it off. That can be the wake-up call that you don't know about yourself right now or see within yourself. But you're going to see it. Okay? It's time to discover your life purpose. It's time for you to move on to your promise. Look at there. The Death card in reverse is already over there. You're getting back what I already tell you a few minutes ago. You're getting back your personal power, the Strength card. You have to, because you've been self-sabotaging too long. And if Venus wants to bring you love and happiness, allow that to come in. Now, we all know no person is going to make you happy, but it can bring you peace. Okay? It can bring you peace. Some of you ain't had no peace in a very long time. The Nine of Wands, you're ready to surrender. You also can be wounded. That's the wake-up call. Back to self-sabotage. Look at there. Cards flipping. I'm not going to take them, though. Let's get one more so we can get ready to close it out. The King of Cups. There's your emotional body. We got soulmate, love, Venus, activation. A tsunami is full of water. King of Cups. We got the moon here. The moon is full of water. It's also your shadow side. The shadow side of yourself is coming up and out as a wake-up call. Bottom of the deck, I told you, 10 of Cups. Let's get a gate or a door that will be opening for you. Yes. The first card is going to be, they're telling me to pull one for the eclipse, even though we had it. I'm going to do eclipse, conjunction, new moon. All right. Now, this is part 1. I'm going to come back in tomorrow and do a part 2. Your first card for the eclipse is yes, to eclipse it away. It says to kiss the ground and touch the sky. Your soul is set now to leap and fly, which is to go toward a new soulmate. It says your soul is set, right? So the new soulmate can come in. It has to. You got more lessons to learn. Yes? I just told you Venus, Aphrodite, is trying to partner you up. You will be dating new people next year because it has to lead from 5th house to 6th house to 7th house, Jupiter, divine masculine energy for husband. And for some of you, your D9, okay, is being activated for marriage. This is the conjunction, which is bless this space. Some of you need to clear out. Jupiter is trying to bring in things. If you want, okay, like me, let's scratch me. If you want or need a better car, why do you have an old car sitting on bricks in your driveway? Give it to scrap so they can break it down for metal and utilize it for something else. Clean out your closets. Get in there, do the children closets, okay? Clean up your space everywhere. Paper, shred it. Don't hold on to old debit cards that you don't use anymore that has expired because you're holding liquid money. The moon is also liquid cash, okay? And Jupiter is flowing now. So anything that you can think of reference to liquid money or cash or abundance or materialism, Jupiter and Rahu, recycle it and clear the space. Yes? All right. Your last card is the full moon for 12:30. And of course, I will be doing a moon video for that day. And it says the nomad in reverse, which is the nomadic wanderer lies deep inside. So take the leap now Don't crawl back and hide. And y'all think I be rambling, but I don't. That nomad saying, don't crawl back and hide again. That's the self-sabotage. Yes? Okay? It's time to cut and clear it away. And also to clear the space. That's why Queen of Swords is here. Bottom of the deck is your heart healing. Transformation in reverse up there. It says, morning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness, a new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. That's the only way while you're going through this transformation for the new moon promise to come in. It's telling you, I need you to heal your heart now, baby. Okay? Because I got other stuff planned for you. I got entrepreneurship planned for you. Also, some of you want a pet. Okay? Yes? Some of you want a pet. Death card in reverse. You got life to live. Don't crawl back into this self-sabotage. Don't let this other person come back as a resurrection. I have new promise things to give to you. So I'm giving you this wake-up call as a tsunami. Remember, tsunamis are very quiet when they start. It don't sound like a tornado, okay? Not until it get closer to shore or hit shore. And some of you, that is when you're going to get the wake-up call because you're letting that tsunami get closer and closer to shore, which is your heart of this person coming back for you either to stay in your activation, to cut it off and to move forward, recognize that wake-up call, or some of you are going to fall back, like it says, the nomad and self-sabotage, Saturn return. Saturn return is in reverse over there, waiting to see, okay, do I need to come back to you or no? Did you learn or no? Okay, so this conjunction and also this last new moon of 2020 is going to be a deciding factor for a lot of you. Yes. All right. So let's go ahead and end it there. Thank y'all so much. And anybody that was new or see this video after the live have stopped, make sure you like, subscribe, and even share the channel. Make sure you also have your notification bell on because we have part 2 of the Saturn and Jupiter video I will be putting out tomorrow, and also the last full moon for December the 30th of 2020. Okay. All right. Enjoy your night. And also thank you so much. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.